19 News, your local news leader.
Good Sunday morning, everyone. I'm Sarah Willson. Today is August 29th. We begin this morning in Elmira, where a car crashed through the front entrance of a local pizzeria. Also yesterday, 4 young women gathered in front of City Hall in Elmira, calling on justice for their friend. After a full day of watching U.S. athletes compete in the Tokyo Olympics, First Lady Jill Biden left Japan and is heading home. The evacuations continue out of the airport in Kabul, while security concerns heighten after Thursday's deadly attack. Overnight, the U.S. told Americans to leave the airport, quote, immediately, citing a specific and credible threat. The European Travel Union has announced that U.S. tourists can travel to Europe this summer. EU officials recommend EU states lift travel restrictions that have been in place for Americans for nearly over a year. Following a year of lockdown and quarantine, communities in the Twin Tiers are reopening just in time for 4th of July. Nick has a final check at your weather, but first I'd like to request that the humidity goes away. Good evening, Rhea. It has been a busy week at Canisteo Greenwood Middle School as both staff and volunteers gear up to welcome new students to their temporary home. That third dose of the COVID-19 vaccine could be in arms as soon as September. The rollout will likely be similar to how it was in January. First nursing home residents, then healthcare workers, older Americans, and then the rest of the population. Good evening, Tara. It was not a quiet evening for folks in the northern tier last night. The National Weather Service in Bradford County right now surveying damage, trying to figure out whether or not a tornado touched down there yesterday.
19 News reporter Sarah Willson joining us on live in the studio. She's kicking off our coverage tonight of this big story. Good evening, Sarah.
Good evening, Zach Jordan. Nearly a dozen women have come forward saying the governor sexually harassed them. And after a 5-month-long investigation, that report from the AG's office says those allegations are credible. A warning, some of the details in this report may not be suitable for all viewers. If you were just joining us, that explosive breaking news coming from Governor Cuomo. He has resigned 1 week after those sexual misconduct allegations came out from the Attorney General's report. His resignation, his step down, now taking place in 14 days. Local leaders I spoke to say they aren't entirely surprised that the governor decided to resign. What they are surprised about is the timing of it. It quite literally came just moments after his attorney spoke publicly defending him. You can still see behind me those floodwaters coming from up the road, heading right down it, as you can see right past me. Residents tell me once you get up the hill and over the bridge, the flooding is significant. And tonight we are expecting to see more rain, something this neighborhood definitely does not need. This is an area that's a lot better off today than it was really just only a few days ago. You can still see behind me some of that damage. The water finally receding, though plenty of trees are still down. Neighbors tell me this has really been a community effort. Neighbors are coming together, helping each other clean off their yards, their homes. If you are still someone who needs help, whether it be with flooding assistance or down trees in your yard, you can call the number 211. Pennsylvania has some of the toughest abortion laws in the country. 85% of counties there don't have a clinic that provides abortion care. On Friday, the TSA screened over 2 million people. That is the highest number since the pandemic began. And on that same day, Gas Buddy reported the highest single-day demand for fuel since 2019.